It is such a beautiful day out. Look at the view from our hotel. It's our first time staying on this property. And let me tell you, this might be a top 5 property for us. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this view in the morning. Let me see if I can get the back part of it. Also, shout out to Figment. He's coming out for food and wine, even though I personally think that Remy should be the mascot for food and wine. But look at this view right now. This is beautiful, beautiful. Beignets is at Animal Kingdom. Wondering how you would park up, but it looks like they have it on the bus information directory, the same as the hotels. So we are transferring to Epcot, which is bus stop number 2. That is super convenient. They do start services after 10 a.m. so that is important to note. There it is, Epcot bus sign, available after 10 a.m. Very convenient. Beignets is ready to go to Epcot. That is a Korean barbecue chicken sandwich with pickled cucumbers on a brioche bun. Give it like a 7 out of 10. I love this food and wine app. It's on the first week of the festival. Somebody goes on here, adds everything on the menu with the prices. So you could just add everything to a wish list and then see your budget and know how much to put on that gift card. I love getting the gift card wristlet. It's just easy, it's convenient to kind of just tap whenever you go to a booth and just kind of keep yourself on budget. Off to Community Hall we go. This is so cute. A little timer. So when you're cooking.
Well, hello you guys. This is future editing Kim coming to you because I edited this video, and first watching this video it was like a little awkward because I realized when I was filming, and even more so in the editing process, that it is very awkward to film yourself eating in front of people at the parks. And on top of that, this Epcot trip that we took, I have never seen Epcot this packed before. Ever. And I was already like nervous about it being so crowded, and then I was like, damn, it happens to be the day, my first day of filming a food and wine. I could not stop thinking about how I was going to accomplish it effectively, because I'm like, there are so many people at the parks right now, so kudos to everybody that can just pick up the camera, go out there to the parks and start filming an elaborate food review. So we're gonna go through kind of just like including the clips of the food that we tried for food and wine, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of voiceover to tell you what I did and didn't like really quickly. The truffle macaroni and cheese over at Macatizers, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I personally love truffle. but I didn't get like that truffle flavor. I didn't get a lot of it. The mac and cheese was just like a typical mac and cheese. I typically like a Gouda with some sharp cheddar thrown in there for my baked mac and cheeses, but this was pretty good. Like this was theme park like mac and cheese. I didn't see the wow factor in it, but I gave it a 6 out of 10 because it was good. Like I would eat it again. For the steakhouse blended burger, so I initially thought for some reason that this was like a mushroom patty. I didn't realize that there was any beef in it, and then as I'm eating this beef, I'm like, wait a second, this tastes like a burger. The steakhouse blended burger for me was definitely a like top 5 item, a best of the fest contender for me. Moving on to Mexico, this booth was the best booth as always. Like when is Mexico not the best booth at Epcot, right? Like that's just my opinion. So we had here the tostada de camarones, we had the flauta de barbacoa, and also the mango margarita. And I was not expecting the mango margarita to be that strong. The tostada de camarones was really, really good. I mean, this was like 10 out of 10. I think it came with like 3 pieces of shrimp. And then moving on to the chocolate amarillo mousse from Refreshment Port, I think this might have been the best dessert that I had at the festival. I have never had the zebra cakes over at Animal Kingdom, and this was supposed to be like a bigger version of that. I did notice some people have shared they did make some minor changes, but this cake was, or this dessert I should say, was so good. I loved it. It was 10 out of 10 for me. I didn't want to share this with my boyfriend. I am not embarrassed to admit that I ate 3/4 of it. Next up was a grilled cheese with pistachios and honey from Greece, and this was so good. I have never tried this before. It's a recurring item that has been part of Food and Wine Festival for many years. It looked very plain, so I've never wanted to go ahead and try it, and this year I was like, I am trying this for sure, and I'm so happy I did because this item was 10 out of 10. It is so simple, but it is so yummy, especially if you love like cheese and honey mixed together. Then we had the liquid nitrogen frozen sweet potato mousse with candy pecans and maple caramel sauce from Swirled Showcase. This just tastes like something that I would have over like Thanksgiving. It was so yummy. Next was the freshly baked carrot cake over at Milled and Mold, I think the booth was called, and this was okay. So my boyfriend actually had been looking forward to this all year. He had the carrot cake last year and he absolutely loved it. It's really good. But for some reason, ours was so burnt on the outside. It was so disappointing. I know that probably in another circumstance, I would give this like an 8 out of 10, but it was probably a 3 out of 10 this time, unfortunately. And then we tried the mimosa flight. Now the mimosa flight was more like a juice flight. There was only one of the juices that I tasted the actual like Prosecco in, or champagne. It was okay. It was refreshing, I guess, but it was okay. It really just tasted like a juice flight. Over at Brewing Lab, we had the fried pickles, the pickle milkshake, and the pickle hard seltzer. And last year, I didn't have any of these items, specifically the milkshake and the fried pickle spears. I am a pickle girly. I love pickles. And the pickle spears for me were like best of the fest. They were so good. I've never had a pickle spear, and I'm craving them. I'm going back soon and I will be getting these items for sure. Well, I will be getting the pickles for sure. I also thought that I was gonna love the pickle milkshake, and it was 1 out of 10 for me. Okay, let's say that it wasn't gonna taste like pickles. At least I thought it was gonna taste like vanilla, right? Or like I don't know. I thought it was gonna be good because I love pickles. It had a weird taste. And again, this is not like an item, like a food item that's meant to be like delicious. It's just meant to be fun and part of like the immersive experience from the Muppets, right? So like it was okay if this was not good because it was still like something fun to try, and the pickle spears were so good. Also, when I ordered my order at Brewing Lab, they also gave me these fun stickers. I love pickle milkshakes and the safety first, this lab has gone. less than, I don't know, minute, days without an accident. It is so cute. So I really like that they were giving these out, and they also have pins, but I believe the pins you have to ask for. And then the last item that we had was the cheddar cheese and bacon soup with the pretzel bread on the side from Canada. This was pretty not as good as past years, unfortunately, as well. I always have like no complaints, no notes of these items, but this year the soup and the pretzel bread were just like okay, because they weren't, you know, it looked like it had been sitting out there. It wasn't the freshest. The bread was stale, but I usually give this item a 10. Let's see, top 5 for food and wine. I would definitely put the all of Mexico. All of Mexico, even the items that I didn't try. It's the Mexico was number 1. Like Mexico always lives up to the hype. The margaritas were great. The food was hot, fresh, tasty, savory, so good. I would put probably the steakhouse blended burger right after that. Flavors from fire. I would also put the chocolate amarula mousse up there. It was so yummy. Such a unique dessert, right? And I feel like I'm so happy that they brought this dessert to Epcot for Food and Wine. People who've never tried a version of it at Animal Kingdom Lodge were able to enjoy it. And then probably the griddle cheese was so good. Like I said, I know this is not a like new food item, but it was so yummy. I forgot the pickle spears. The pickle spears were also really good. And the steakhouse blended burger. So as you can see, there was a lot to enjoy at Food and Wine. It is always so much fun. This year, again, I felt like it was so crowded, but I still very much enjoyed all of Food and Wine. It was just that I was so nervous filming, and it's something that I will try to work on as I kind of get more comfortable in front of the camera, but also filming in public. So allow me some time with that. And then I also wanted to share my experience at the Disney Port Orleans French Quarter. It was our first time staying here, and I have so many positive things to say about my stay here. Let me go ahead and take out my notes. Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter is definitely now like on my top 3 favorite Disney stays. I am still thinking about this stay. The actual hotel was so beautiful. It was so peaceful. You know, I've stayed at a yacht club, and where else did I stay at? Riviera. And the peace that is at this resort is unlike any other. It's also a small resort, right? But I don't know if it was just the time that we went, which was on the weekend of September 13th, but it was so peaceful. I mean, just walking through felt like this beautiful ambiance of just like a nod to New Orleans. And I also felt like this was just the perfect place to have a resort day and just unwind and just be like, I want to read my book here. We also tried the beignets at Scat Cats Club Cafe, and I hope that is a name. It's the Scats Cafe. And they were so good. 20 out of 10. I mean, sometimes you like get nervous about trying these really highly rated like Disney food items, but when I tell you, the hype is 100% real with these. These are so good. They are a very different texture than the new ones that came out, I believe, over at Golden Oak Post, part of like the Tiana ride opening. These are so hot, so delicious, so yummy. One thing I wanted to mention was the water transportation and just how good of an experience this was to Disney Spring. I was just thinking like, you know, we're gonna step on a water transportation and go to Disney Springs. But our cast member, Tom, was so cool. Like he was just cracking jokes. He was just making conversation with himself and anyone who listened, and it was a really good experience to Disney Springs. If you're taking the water transportation over to Disney Springs, it is about a 10 to 15 minute ride over there. The last note that I have about this resort is the Jazz Lounge. I don't think this Jazz Lounge gets enough hype around it. It is so good. Even if you're like not into listening to live music, you need to go to this lounge. It is very small, and we were told to get there by 7:30 to make sure that we got a seat. I have to say that even at 7:30 there were a few spots left, so don't feel like, you know, you have to rush to get there at 7:30, but by 7:30 majority of the seats were taken, and they start putting everybody kind of outside of the lounge. Everybody in this jazz ensemble is extremely talented. The singer was so good. She was covering not just like, regular jazz songs, but I love that she noticed that there were a lot of kids, which is also a really good thing. It's not just like an experience exclusive to adults. She just made such a beautiful effort to cover Disney songs as well. Like she covered Let It Go from Frozen, and it was beautiful. I'm like, I need her cover. I need her cover, her song cover for Frozen 3 because she did such a beautiful job. She also sang the theme song for The Aristocrats. I had not heard that song in years. She did such a beautiful job covering. Again, I am the type of person that I love to go to the boardwalk at night and kind of enjoy some of the entertainment and the lounges they have there. And I don't know, like now that I've discovered the Jazz Lounge, I'm like, I might have to make the effort to go to French Quarter and enjoy the band because it was such a good experience. I wish that this place had more recognition because it is just that good. I loved it. Thank you for bearing with me as I filmed an edited version of my Disney Day 2 vlog. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. It was very fun and different making this vlog, and I hope that you consider staying for the next one. Bye! Because